This lesson goes over learning target 43, which is to simplify rational expressions using multiplication and division. We're going to start with something fairly straightforward. We have 8x squared y over 10x times 15xy to the 6th over 16x cubed y to the 4th. When there is no addition or subtraction, you are simply reducing what you have using principles of division you know from before. For example, I like to start with the numbers. So I look at 8 and 16, one in the numerator, one in the denominator. I can divide them both by 8. 8 divided by 8 is 1, and 16 divided by 8 is 2. Because if I were to multiply this first and then reduce second, we would actually be reducing by that same factor. I'm going to do the same idea with the 10 and the 15. 10 can be divided by 5 to get 2, and 15 can be divided by 5 to get 3. And it looks to be all I can do as far as the numbers go. I'm now going to look at the variables. Let's start with x. I usually like to work with the highest powers. However, I notice I have an x on top and an x on bottom, and they're both going to become 1. So let's do those first. I have x squared on the bottom, x to the third on the bottom, and x squared on top. X to the third is the higher power, so we want to make sure the x ends up there. I am going to divide x to the third by x squared to get x to the first. X squared divided by x squared is also 1. Come on, there we go. And that's reduced all the x's. Now we're going to do the y's. I have y to the 6th on top, y to the 4th on the bottom. Again, I'm going to divide, and we get y squared. And 1, where y to the 4th is, and it looks like that's about all I've got. So multiplying what I have left, I have 1 times a 3, so that's 3. I have 1's for the x's. I have y times y squared, which is y cubed. On the bottom, 2 times 2 is 4, and we've got x to the first and no y's, and that looks to be my answer. Next example, 4a minus 20 divided by a squared minus 9 times a plus 3 over a squared minus 5a. Now, when we have addition or subtraction, we need to factor to see what we can reduce here. If I look at 4a squared minus 20, I would be able to factor out 4. 4a divided by 4 is a. Negative 20 divided by 4 is negative 5. On the bottom, I have a squared minus 9. That factors into a plus 3 times a minus 3. A plus 3 in the numerator of fraction number 2 is good. In this denominator, both terms have an a. I can factor it out. So that leaves me with a times quantity a minus 5. What can we reduce? What do I have in common top and bottom? A minus 5 will reduce. A plus 3 will reduce, leaving me with 4 on top and an a times quantity a minus 3. I told you in class you do not need to multiply it out, so you can leave your answer in that format. Let's try another one, getting a little more complicated. A squared plus 7a plus 12 divided by a squared plus 2a minus 8. Still multiplying. A squared plus 3a minus 10 divided by a squared plus 2a minus 15. There we go. These all factor, and they're going to factor using either guess and check or x in the box. Numerator factors into a plus 3 times a plus 4 for the first fraction. Denominator of the first fraction is a plus 4 times a minus 2. Times numerator of the second fraction is a plus 5 times a minus 2. Over denominator of the second fraction is a plus 5 times a minus 3. Once again, looking for factors in numerator and denominator, I can reduce a plus 4, a minus 2, a plus 5, leaving me with a plus 3 over a minus 3. Division is going to work very similarly, but we do have an additional step. Okay, b squared plus 19b plus 84 divided by b squared plus 2b minus 15 divided by b squared plus 15b plus 36 over b squared minus 9. Remembering that division is same as multiplying by the reciprocal. We will keep our first fraction in place as is. We will change our division to multiplication, and when we do that, we must change the second fraction to its reciprocal, which is what I am writing on the screen at the moment. Once we're here, it's just like what we did before, so we're going to factor. Numerator factors into b plus 12 times b plus 7. Denominator of fraction 1 is b plus 5 times b minus 3. Times numerator of fraction 2 is b plus 3 times b minus 3. Over denominator is b plus 12 times b plus 3. Reducing what common factors we can. B plus 12, b plus 3, b minus 3, leaving us with b plus 7 over b plus 5. And that concludes the screencast, which is simplifying rational expressions with multiplication and division.